Hello, everybody. This is a special edition of Pillar to Post here. Hope you guys are having a good week. I know I am. One holiday down, one to go. Hey, at least New Year's Eve is on a Sunday this year. You know, a lot of people get to stay up till midnight. So that's a plus, I guess. I want to thank you guys for joining me this evening. I'd like to thank you guys wherever you are for tuning in. We are here. The official, unofficial CWF Mid-Atlantic After Show usually airs on Wednesday nights, but they dropped the episode 2 days ago. So it's been out there for a while. The after show for that episode is up right now on the channel. So be sure to hit the like button on that and hit the like button on this video as well. Hitting the like button means we get means YouTube says basically hitting the like button tells YouTube, hey, this show's popular. So while we'll never be probably as popular as most shows that happen here on YouTube, we're trying. We'll get there someday, won't we? A couple things I want to talk about tonight. I want to talk a little bit about CWF, and I want to talk a little bit about some movie news, or at least my opinions, as it were. And also, I want to hear from you guys. Feel free to call into the show if you're watching live. It's 434-710-4900. That's 434-710-4900. Please go ahead and call in. The lines are open. We're having open lines, so we can call in and talk about whatever you want to, whether it be pro wrestling, whether it be movies, whether it be video games, whatever the case may be. 434-710-4900. I'm going to start off talking a little bit about movies this week, today. I'm going to get my top 10 movies of the year so far. Now, granted, there's a lot of movies like The Post and Lady Bird, 3 Billboards that I have not. There's a lot of movies that I have not seen yet this year that I will get to see. So keep in mind, a lot of the art house, the artsy-fartsy films that are out there for Oscar nominations I haven't seen yet. A lot of comic book movies are on this list because that's what I went and saw the most in 2018. There was a couple of stinkers in there, like 50 Shades of Grey or 50 Shades Darker, which was absolute garbage. And I got to go to a screening of Downsizing about a week or two ago, which was absolute garbage. So those two movies were absolutely trash. But these are my top 10. They're in the order, not necessarily. They're in the order in which I liked them, but not in which I saw them, obviously. So let's go on with number 10. Number 10 for me is a tie, and it was hard for me to put a tie on this list, but I had to, because these two movies I feel like I liked equally, even though they're from two separate genres. I went ahead and put them both at number 10, and the first one I have at number 10 here is a one called Okja, and it's a Netflix exclusive. It got a tiny theatrical run, I want to say, but it's about if you haven't seen it, spoiler warning for these movies, by the way, they've been out a while, so you should know, you should have seen them. If you're going to see them, you should have seen them. Okja is about it's about a huge, what they call a super pig, and it stars Taylor Swindon, is in this movie as well. And a couple of others, I don't have the actual cast list right in front of me, but it's basically about a huge super pig, and this little girl has raised this super pig on behalf of a big corporation and they are running a contest of who raised the biggest and the best super pig, and the girl quickly realizes that her. All right, sorry about that, folks. So again, we're doing our top 10 movies of 2017 here. My top 10 movies of 2017. Okja, again, really good number 10. I highly suggest you, if you have Netflix, you have access to it. It's a decent film. Also tying for my spot at number 10 is a movie called Split. If you haven't seen this movie, you should see it. I believe it. I don't know if it's on Netflix right now or not, but you owe it to yourself to go out and watch this one. It's a very good horror film. It's different. It is very, very different. I will say that for it. let me see here. It stars James McAvoy, Anna Taylor-Joy, Betty Buckley, Jessica Sula. It was directed by M. Night Shyamalan, so there's a little twist, and there's a really good twist at the end of this movie. So I highly suggest going out and seeing this one. Again, tied for my number 10 movie is the horror movie from M. Night Shyamalan that came back in early January called Split. Number 9 on my film is another horror film. It's called Get Out. And if you haven't seen this one, it's up for a Golden Globe Award for Best Comedy Film, although I don't know why they think it's a comedy. But it's called Get Out. It's from Jordan Peele of Key and Peele fame. And it's a horror movie. It's a psychological thriller. There's a lot of twists and turns in it. And again, it's one of the better movies I've seen this year. A lot of people are putting this on their top 10 list this year, a lot of critics. So I highly suggest that you go out and seek that one out if you haven't already. It is out there on DVD and Blu-ray. Let me see, who else does this one star here? It has it stars Daniel Kaluuya and Allison Williams, and it's a very good movie. I suggest you really go out and watch this one. Very well directed here. Hey, John, how are you? Thank you for tuning in here tonight. It's a very good movie. Again, it's the directorial debut or not the directorial debut, but it's written and directed by Jordan Peele, and it is. I'll put it to you this way: it's won a lot of awards this year. It's been nominated for a lot of awards, so I highly suggest going out and watching that one. It's again number 9, Get Out. Number 8 is Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2. I did not like this one as much as I did the first one, but it is very good. It is a very good movie here. Again, Marvel this year just hitting it out of the park. Disney in general hitting it out of the park this year. And it's a really good family movie. I would suggest going and watching the first one first and then watching this one just to see Kurt Russell's phenomenal in this movie. As are the rest of the guys. Bradley Cooper is Rocket Raccoon. You got Vin Diesel in there as Baby Groot. It's just a really good movie. Michael Rooker steals the show in it. And it's a bit of a tearjerker at the end, too. So, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2 coming in at number 8 on my list. Number 7 on my list is one that, of course, makes the top 10 this year, and that is Wonder Woman, starring Chris Pine and Gal Gadot. And it is Patty Jenkins. I feel kind of bad for Chris Pine and Gal Gadot because a lot of people are centering on Patty Jenkins and her directorial style and for this one. And it is well deserved, but I believe that the directing and everything is overshadowing the film, and people are saying, oh, she changed the game in Hollywood for female directors in the sense that she pretty much got to name her price to go come back and do Wonder Woman 2, which is probably coming out in 2019 or 2020. But it was a really solid film. It's the best one out of the DCEU by far. And I went and saw this on July 4th weekend. And I was blown away by it. I actually just watched it again recently, a couple of days ago, and I was like, you know what? This is better than I even remember it being in the theaters. So again, number 7 on my list is Wonder Woman. Number 6 on the list, I put this on there for a few reasons, and that's Logan Lucky. Not a lot of people saw Logan Lucky this year. And it's sad that it really didn't get more of a marketing campaign. This movie stars Channing Tatum, Adam Driver, Daniel Craig, Seth MacFarlane, Katie Holmes, Hilary Swank, Sebastian Stan is in this movie as well. It's directed by Steven Soderbergh, and it is a phenomenal movie. Basically, it's a heist movie where they're trying to rob the Charlotte Motor Speedway during the Coca-Cola 600 race day weekend on Memorial Day weekend. And a lot of people sit there and go, oh, God, it's NASCAR, so it's a redneck fest. It is far from that. It is a really good movie. It's really well done. It's one of the few movies that I could say that Channing Tatum does an excellent job on, as does Adam Driver, Daniel Craig as well. And you got a few other cameos in there as well. Jack Quaid, Seth MacFarlane, of course, doing in there. And then it's got, Jessica White and Leanne Rimes in there. So again, Dwight Yoakam steals the show in this one for me. Dwight Yoakam, and whenever he's in anything, steals the show. So again, number 6 on my list is Logan Lucky. Number 5 on my list is going to come as a surprise for some people, considering as how we pretty much trashed it during the review that I did with Jeff Edwards last night. That is up on the channel. I highly advise you go and watch that as well. And then Star Wars: The Last Jedi. Did not rank higher on my list because, quite frankly, it does not deserve. It deserves to be in the top 5 because it is a good movie. But I was really kind of, heavily disappointed. I gave it a 3 out of 5. Rian Johnson basically taking the franchise, or trying to take the franchise in a whole new direction here. And it was basically well acted. Mark Hamill steals the show here. Carrie Fisher, the late Carrie Fisher, who just passed away 1 year ago today, steals the show in this one. It's probably the best performance of her career ever. And it's an okay film. I've seen it twice now, and the second time I saw it, it felt more like a Star Wars movie the second time than it did the first, if that makes any sense. But number 5 on my list, Star Wars: The Last Jedi. Number 4 on my list is Thor Ragnarok. Thor Ragnarok, of course, continuing on into the Thor franchise here, and it did really good. It was really got a really good response at the box office, and I honestly was expecting it to be trash, and it wasn't. It was actually very well done. A lot of people said it was too comedic from them. I think nothing of the sort. I think it had the right amount of humor in it. And I think it hit at all the right times and all the right places. Kate Blanchett was just as phenomenal in this movie as Hela. Tom Hiddleston, of course, as Loki. It does his job again very well. Chris Hemsworth is back doing, Idris Elba, though, steals the show in this one as Valkyrie. I believe she's Valkyrie. Give me 1 second here. No, excuse me. That's Tessa Thompson as Valkyrie. Sorry. So Tessa Thompson is awesome as Valkyrie. Idris Elba plays Heimdall. I don't know why I got those two mixed up here. But Tessa Thompson as Valkyrie is very well done. And Jeff Goldblum as the Grandmaster is just funny as hell. He is for those who don't know, he is the brother of the Collector, who is Benicio del Toro's character in Guardians of the Galaxy. So there we go, right there on my list. Thor Ragnarok is at number 4. Number 3 on my list for the best movies I've seen in 2017 is Spider-Man: Homecoming. I loved this movie. I think, as far as all the comic book movies go, I've watched this one more than any other in 2018, and they had a lot of them coming out. But, you got Tom Holland, Michael Keaton, Donald Glover makes a cameo in it. It's just, John Watts was the director on this one. The collaboration, of course, of Sony and Marvel getting together. Sony basically saying, look, we can't do any better than what we've done, so we'll hand the reins over to Marvel. And, coming off the heels of Captain America: Civil War, where Spider-Man had a really good role in that. It of course, Marissa Tomei, Robert Downey Jr. in it as well. It gave us the right amount of Iron Man, I thought, because from the trailers, that originally was an Iron Man. It kind of looked like Iron Man, 4, Iron Man 3.5, starring, or with a cameo from Spider-Man. But it was nothing of the sort. Michael Keaton, I don't know what it is with Michael Keaton. Ever since he's done Birdman, it's like a resurgence of him. And I'm glad to see it because Michael Keaton's one of my favorite actors. So to see him getting back in the superhero genre there is refreshing to see. If you have not seen Spider-Man: Homecoming yet, I highly suggest you go out and watch it because it'll surprise you. It surprised the hell out of me as to how good it was. There are some out there that did not like it. One of the main gripes I will say is his suit. I did not like the techness, if that's even a word, the techiness of the suit. But other than that, Spider-Man: Homecoming is number 3 on my top 10 movies of 2017. Number 2 is going to surprise a lot of people, and I'm surprised this movie has not gotten more buzz as we're going into Oscar season. And I'm hoping to God at least it gets one Oscar nomination for Best Supporting Actor. And that's it. I enjoyed this movie so much. It was the first horror movie that I went to see since Mama in the movie theaters. And how fitting is it that Andy Muschietti, the same director who directed Mama, directed this. The screenplay was written by Chase Palmer with elements of Cary Fukunaga's original script in there. And it is totally well done. I mean, this movie surprised the piss out of me. It's not one of those movies that is jump scare-ish. Most of the horror in the movie is the clown running toward the camera, screaming, oogie boogie boogie. But the humor, to me, I think of this as more of a horror slash thriller. Bill Skarsgård plays Pennywise the Dancing Clown, and Bill Skarsgård just does a phenomenal job in this movie. It's so well done. The CGI in this movie may be the movie's downfall and may be the reason why it does not get nominated for anything as far as the Oscar buzz goes. But the kids in this movie, I believe is Jaden Lairbier as Bill, Wyatt Olaf as Stan, Jeremy Ray Taylor as Ben, Sophia Lillis as Beverly, and Finn Wolfhard as Richie, who of course is from Stranger Things. And then you got Jack Dylan Grazer as Eddie, and Chosen Jacobs as Mike. That rounds out the Losers Club. These kids, I'll tell you right now, when they do part 2, whoever they cast as these kids has a tall order to live up to, no pun intended. They have a tall order to live up to as far as, how they're going to do these characters, because these kids, it's a phenomenal film. I've actually, it actually came out on digital format recently, and I downloaded it and watched it. My girlfriend, who does not like it because she's of the opinion of clowns are supposed to make people happy, not scared, she put off watching this. She didn't go to me in the theaters to see it, but she sat down here at home with me and watched it the other night, and she was surprised. She goes, "That was really good." And I think she even watched it again a couple nights later with my stepson. So it's just so awesome. It's a very well done movie, and that it's my second favorite movie of the year. My number 1 favorite movie of the year is Logan. I will tell you right now that this movie is probably one of the greatest. It's probably the greatest comic book movie that I've ever seen, and that's saying some things. And it's one of those movies where, I'll be honest, at the end of it, I cried like a little bitch because, well, here we are. We've gotten so used to seeing. We've gotten so used to sitting here and seeing Hugh Jackman as Wolverine, and to have this be his swan song here is just phenomenal. Patrick Stewart, he needs to get a Best Supporting Actor nomination for this movie. It's just, his work in this movie is probably my favorite thing. It's probably the best thing he's ever done. I'll go ahead and say it right now. It's the best thing he's ever done. Daphne Keane, who plays Laura, or X-23 in the movie, phenomenal. Just freaking great. She deserves a Best Supporting Actress nomination for this movie. It's one of those movies, again, where I haven't watched it as much as Spider-Man Homecoming, but I don't think I need to, because it's one of those movies where every time I watch it, I'm just sitting here going, God, I'm going to miss Hugh Jackman. I'm really going to miss Hugh Jackman as his character. But it's probably, this could be the first comic book movie to be taken out of it's a superhero film. It could be the first. It has the potential. First off, I don't even think it's a superhero movie. It's more of a Western than anything else. It's a really good Western movie. It's just, it's directed by James Mangold, who co-wrote the screenplay, and it's just absolutely phenomenal, man. I can't give this movie enough praise. It's the reason why it's my number 1. It grossed over $616 million worldwide. It made a ton of money, It's the second highest grossing rated R film of all time, or of 2017, only behind It. So, as far as R-rated movies goes, it was It and then Logan. That's enough. I mean, it's crazy. Deadpool proved that you could do a superhero film rated R and that it would make a butt ton of money. Logan followed right on in suit with this, and it knocked it out of the park. If you have not seen Logan yet, even if you're not into superhero movies, you sit there and go, oh, I don't like that comic book junk. You need to go watch this. It will surprise the hell out of you. I saw this in the theaters twice. I'm glad I saw it in the theaters twice. 20th Century Fox, 21st Century Fox, whatever they are now, Disney. They deserved every bit of my money for this, plus some. So yeah, that's Logan. So that's my number one film of 2017. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Of course, tonight we're taking your live phone calls. You can call the show live, 434-710-4900, 434-710-4900. The lines are open right now. Give us a call. Let us know what your favorite movie of 2017 was and why. We are going to take a quick commercial break here. I'm going to go ahead and play the Johnny P's Cream of Rice ad for you guys that you guys love so much. And thank you all for your support this year. Without you guys, there is no me. So I can't really...
Jimmy, breakfast.
There it is. There you go. I didn't have it queued up beforehand. But we're going to go ahead and play the Johnny P's ad here for you guys. And we'll be right back right after this.
Jimmy, breakfast. Oh, Dad, cereal again? Can't we get something hot and different? The next morning. Jimmy, breakfast. What's this? It's hot and tastes super sweet and sugary. Well, that's Johnny P's Cream of Rice. Has your family tried it, Johnny P's? Oh, has your family tried it, Johnny P's? Oh, Johnny P's Cream of Rice so filled with sugar, it tastes so nice. Oh, has your family tried it, Johnny P's? Johnny P's Cream of Rice. For now, only sold north of the Mason-Dixon at a fine food store near you. Johnny P's Cream of Rice.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much. I needed a little bit of a break to get something to drink there. I want to turn my attention to CWF. We know we did the after show Tuesday night when they dropped it on Christmas last night. They dropped the episode of Worldwide on Monday night. And that was a nice Christmas present, I thought. So thank you, everybody over at CWF for that. And thank you, everybody over at CWF for the year that we've had. Without you guys, there would be no need to do an after show. So thank you so much for putting on that product. Thank you so much to the workers, for everybody. To think that started when I was giving Johnny P crap for putting sugar in his grits. Yeah, that Johnny P is never gonna live that down. That will go on forever. I was looking, Battlecade is this Saturday. CWF presents Battlecade X8 live from the Mid-Atlantic Sportatorium in Gibsonville, North Carolina. Get your tickets now at CWFtickets.com. That's CWFtickets.com. Second row VIP, I think, is the highest that is available. And then, of course, I got general admission after that. God, I'm so psyched up for this show. I woke up this morning and I had to go grocery shopping with the girlfriend. And I was like, I feel like shit, but I can't wait till Saturday. And I did. I didn't feel good at all today. But Dylan Hales was doing a thing of stars to watch out for in 2018, and I was like, wait a minute, why don't I confine that to just CWF stars? And number one on my list of stars, CWF stars that you need to watch out for in 2018, of course, number one is going to be Kane Justice. Kane Justice has had a hell of a rookie year in 2017, or 2016 into 2017. Of course, he made his debut at the Rumble in 2016, but I think that if 2017 was any indication, I think 2018 we need to really watch out for him in 2018. Could we possibly see him get a TV title win? Maybe. It's too big for that Ultra J division, so I don't see him winning that. I don't know what's going to happen with Kane Justice in 2018, but I have a feeling that they're going to make the most out of this guy. As well they should. He's a phenomenal worker. He's getting better on the mic. He's just got I think that 2018 could... I don't want to say 2018 is going to be the year of Kane, but because it's so cliche, and they have put the brakes on him a little bit. But win or lose this Saturday, what they do with him after Battlecade is really, really, really important for his character and for his place in the company. So number one on my list is Kane Justice. I really think you need to watch out for him in 2018 as far as CWF goes. And who knows, maybe elsewhere outside of CWF. Maybe he shows up somewhere else now that he's got that rookie year on his belt. He could start going out there and branching out a little bit. Number two on my list is Ethan Alexander Sharp. He's kind of had the whole CWF roster has kind of had a resurgence and a fire lit under them ever since Absolute Justice. And one of those guys is Ethan Alexander Sharp. He's shown a lot more fire. He's shown a lot more charisma. The rich guy gimmick peeks its head out every now and then, but it's an entirely new, different aspect of the character. He's kind of reinvented himself, I think, in the latter half of 2017. So who knows what's going to happen in 2018 to Ethan Alexander Sharp? Could he be a TV title contender? Could he be the guy that gets a heavyweight title run? Who knows? I mean, he had that match against Trevor a few weeks back or about a month or so ago, and it was a very good match. He surprised the hell out of me. So Ethan Alexander Sharp is my number two guy to watch in 2018 for CWF. Number three on my list is Cam Carter. Cam Carter impressed the hell out of everybody in 2017, having really good matches, having a couple great matches to close out the year with Jesse Adler. So Cam Carter is definitely one on my list to watch in 2018. I think the problem there is that he's not a CWF regular. He is booked elsewhere from time to time. And I'm not saying that you have to be a regular guy there every show to be a standout in 2018, but I think Cam Carter is one of those guys to watch. I honestly think that, I think everybody likes working with him, and I've enjoyed his work immensely in 2017. He's really stood out to me in 2017. So Cam Carter, number three on my list for CWF standouts. There are people to keep an eye on in 2018. Number four is a guy who is going up against the Dirty Daddy this Saturday for the Rising Generation League title in the finals of the Rising Generation League tournament, and that's Mike Mars. He has a ton of potential. Is he there yet? Is he still a little bit green? Yes. But this guy has a ton of potential. He has a presence about him that just really just makes me want to watch him. It makes me want to watch him work. Honestly, I don't never thought people would hear me say this, but his work with Cool J the latter half of 2017 has been phenomenal. And just his work in the RGL tournament has been great. That's one of the matches that I'm looking forward to in 2018 or at Battlecade. So Mike Mars is my number four guy to watch in 2018. Number five is kind of a surprise here, and I call this the resurgence of Michael McAllister. They haven't done too much with McAllister since they put him with William L. Cross, but I believe that they're waiting to pull the trigger with it. But I think Michael McAllister, you're going to kind of see a resurgence of him. I think something good is going to happen for him. Will we get a Rage in the Machine reunion? Will he get will he win the golden ticket because he's in the scramble match now? Who knows, but I think that they're going good places with McAllister. He's done really good work teaming up with Nick Richards the latter half of 2017. So it's interesting to see how they book him in 2018. So number five on my list is the resurgence of Mike McAllister, and I'm hoping that they I'm hoping that they keep that up and keep doing good things with him. Number 6 is Snooty Fox. And yes, I know, Joe, my God, Joe is saying watch out for Snooty Fox. Yes, I am. There's a lot of people out there that think Snooty Fox is in that company just so he can main event and draw a crowd in Chapel Hill. And that couldn't be further from the truth. Snooty Fox can have a presence about him. Snooty Fox can he can work his ass off when he needs to and when he wants to. There's been a couple of matches this year where Snooty Fox has impressed the hell out of me. That one in Chapel Hill against Eric Royal is one of them. But I do find it interesting how they put him in the main event of every Chapel Hill show. That's because he's the hometown guy, and in reality, a lot of people are coming there to see him. Because he's main eventing again when they come back in next year in January. So, number 6, Snooty Fox. I think they're going to do good things with him. His work keeps getting better and better. Am I completely sold on him? No. Do I think he may be a little bit too old? No. Because I've heard that when he's too old to be pushed. I'm like, he looks better than some of the other guys on that roster physically. So, number 7 is Chet Sterling. I think in 2017 he had a real good year. He had a real good year elsewhere. Back up like in Nova Pro and up in Modern Vintage Wrestling. He had a real good year there. He's their Modern Vintage Wrestling champion right now. But Chet Sterling, I think he's going to go ahead and cash in the Weaver Cup thing. He has to. So who knows? We will, as you hear my phone going off, Twitter's going crazy right now. But Chet Sterling is a guy to watch out for. He's got his work cut out for him against Brad Attitude this Saturday. I know I didn't give a prediction for that match. I think Chet's going to win it. I think it's pretty safe to say that Chet he needs that win to push him over the top in 2018. But Chet Sterling, my number 7 guy. Number 8, and this really hinges on how they book him outside of the RGL division, and that's the Dirty Daddy. I think Dirty Daddy has all the potential in the world. I think that character has all the potential in the world. A lot of people are saying you can only spread that character so far before it gets too comical and too ha-ha, and to some extent I agree. But the thing is, the guy who plays the Dirty Daddy, if anybody could pull it off, he can. I think he's really embraced the character. He's really embraced the gimmick. He's good at getting the gimmick over. And I think that 2018 is the year that we, of course, 2018, by the Rumble of 2018, he stops being RGL eligible. So he's got about 10 more months in that division. But I think he's already there. I think he's already past that division. Number 9 on my list is Eric Andrews. Eric Andrews has had a really good year with that TV title run, and then after the Rumble, when he lost to Jesse Adler, he started this new Choose Andrews character, this whole campaign character, the political character. Choose Andrews, he's a guy who realized you got to spend money to make money, so he went out and bought those campaign buttons and the bumper stickers and everything. He cut his beard off and pulled his hair back and put a dress shirt and a tie on, and he really embraced the character. He really embraced the gimmick, and I like it. I noticed this past week on Worldwide that the beard had grown back a little bit, and I didn't like that because of the fact that I think the character should be clean cut 24/7. But he's done great things. He can go babyface in 1 minute and then go heel the next. I'm kind of liking that tweener aspect of him. What I like to see, he kind of stuck up for CL Party last week on Worldwide, and CL Party has been known to praise him, saying he's a man of the people and everything. So could we actually be seeing, they're kind of hinting at CL Party and Nick Andrews. Well, you could fill in or Eric Andrews, not Nick Andrews, Eric Andrews, filming, there's something there, and we'll leave you to fill in the blank on that one. Obviously, I'm probably overthinking it, and it's going nowhere, but there's something, there's something to it, but Eric Andrews, of course, is number 9 on my list for people to watch out for. in 2018 as far as CWF goes. At number 10 on my list, I have here somebody from the dojo. I don't know who they have in the dojo currently training. I don't know, but I think the roster of guys, hardcore guys right now, is stable. But there's always room for more, and they have that dojo there for a reason, to fuel that roster, and to provide bodies for that roster. So I think you're gonna, this year it was Mike Mars who came out of that dojo and surprised everybody. So number 10 on my list is somebody to watch out for in 2018 is a dojo graduate. I don't know, we don't know who their name is, but I think, we're going to see somebody come out of that dojo this year who's really going to surprise us and who's really going to impress, much like Mike Mars did. So that's my list, guys. Let me know what you think in the comments below, or if you're listening live here in the chat room, you can also call in 434-710-4900. We got a couple of announcements today as far as CWF goes. Of course, I believe the announcement that we got here was that Michael McAllister is going to be in the scramble match for the golden ticket. See here, let me go over to CWF's Twitter page. Scroll down. Also, Joshua Cutshaw is entrant number 3 in this one. And yeah, so we also got Joshua Cutshaw in there. And of course, Michael McAllister, the picture they have of him on here is him with a beard. So I don't know if I like bearded Michael McAllister or not, but who knows? Maybe we'll get the bearded Michael McAllister in the future. So Michael McAllister and Joshua Cutshaw are 2 of the entrants there. So we have 4 entrants so far in the scramble match. I don't know how many people they said they're going to be in it. Usually it's 6. 6 is what I'm predicting, but who knows? So far we got Snooty Fox, John Schuyler, Joshua Cutshaw, and Michael McAllister for that scramble match. They're announcing new stuff every day. I think they said at 12:30 Eastern Time on the CWF Twitter page, which is CWF Mid-Atlantic, at CWF Mid-Atlantic. So make sure that you stick to the Twitter page there on your Twitter feed if you're not following them already. Go ahead and follow them. So yeah, that's pretty much it for me today. Those are the 2 things that I wanted to cover in my top 10 movies of the year, and then my top 10 people to watch out for as far as 2018. Who do you want to? What do you think are your top movies of 2017, and who do you think is going to steal the show for CWF in 2018? Here's a good question to put in the comments. Does Trevor Lee lose that title if he retain? I have a feeling he's going to retain this Saturday at Battlecade. It would surprise me if Roy got that belt. But do you see him losing that? It's kind of hard to ask people, do you see him losing it in 2018? Especially since we don't know what's going to happen this Saturday. But if Trevor Lee wins this Saturday, do you see him losing it at all in 2018? Or do you think they're going to pretty much have him carry it on for another year? He's almost 2 years with the title now. So who knows what's going to happen. I'm looking forward to Saturday so much. I'm looking forward to meeting new people, seeing old friends like Johnny P and JB. So yeah, everybody, I want to thank you guys so much for tuning in, and we will see you on Saturday for Battlecade.